Duke's first Christmas. Christmas had come once again to the island of Sodor, and all of the engines were working harder than ever. All of the engines love this time of year. Both Sir Topham Hatt's engines and Mr. Percival's engines love this time of the year. Percy was on his way delivering the last-minute letters and parcels to Farquhar Station. He didn't want to be late. On the narrow gauge railway, the narrow gauge engines also love this time of the year. Peter Sam, Sir Handel, as well as Rheneas and Skarloey love it most of all. Skarloey was on his way to drop off the carolers in the mountains. He didn't want to be late. One beautiful, bright winter morning at the narrow gauge sheds, the narrow gauge engines, Skarloey, Rheneas, Duncan, Sir Handel, and Peter Sam were getting ready to start the day's work. Peter Sam was very excited. "Are you guys excited for Christmas?" said Peter Sam excitedly. "Oh, absolutely, Peter Sam," said Skarloey. "Indeed," added Rheneas. "It is the most wonderful time of the year," said Rheneas to Peter Sam. Duncan, who had to do some early morning shunting, was feeling rather grumpy. "Ugh, I like Christmas and all, Sir Handel, Peter Sam, and Rheneas and Skarloey, but the only thing I like is the presents," said Duncan crossly. "Oh, Duncan, don't be such a humbug," said Skarloey sternly to Duncan. Just then, Mr. Percival came to see his engines. He had important news for all of them. "Tonight is the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony in the mountains. You are all going to have different jobs for this special occasion," Mr. Percival proudly announced. "Sir Handel and Rheneas, you two will be taking the carolers to the party, and make sure you will arrive on time," Mr. Percival said to Rheneas and Sir Handel. "Oh, yes, sir," both of them replied. Then Mr. Percival turned to Duncan and Skarloey. "Duncan, you and Skarloey both are going to be taking the Christmas tree with lights," Mr. Percival proudly announced to both Duncan and Skarloey. Sir, can Skarloey and Duke do that?" The coaches put Duncan in a bad mood. Now, Duncan, you don't want to be a humbug, do you?" said Mr. Percival to Duncan. Duncan groaned. "Ugh, yes, sir," said Duncan crossly. Then Mr. Percival turned to Peter Sam. "And Peter Sam, you have the most important job of all. You'll be taking me and my family to the Christmas tree lighting ceremony tonight," said Mr. Percival proudly to Peter Sam. "Oh, yes, sir," said Peter Sam excitedly. And with that, Mr. Percival left. After Mr. Percival had gone, Duke arrived. Peter Sam was really excited to share Duke the news. "Hey, Grandpa, are you excited for Christmas?" said Peter Sam excitedly to Duke. Duke was surprised. He hadn't celebrated Christmas in a very long time. "Well, Stuart and Falcon, plus Skarloey and Rheneas, I haven't celebrated Christmas in years, since the last time I was in that shed," Duke said to Skarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, and Peter Sam. As Duke sighed a little, but gave a slight smile. "I do remember that first Christmas from a very long time ago. Long before I met you guys. Well, I have to go. I'll see you guys later," said Duke, and with that, Duke left. After hearing what Duke had said to Peter Sam felt rather sad that Duke hadn't celebrated Christmas in a long time. Skarloey smiled, as did Rheneas and Sir Handel. as Sir Handel spoke wise words to Peter Sam. "Oh, Peter Sam, don't feel those Christmas blues now. Christmas is almost here. And besides, we'll think of something to get Duke into the Christmas spirit again," said Sir Handel to Peter Sam. Duncan smiled a little. "Yes, Sir Handel is right. Now come on, Sir Handel, plus Skarloey and Renes. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do for the Christmas party tonight," said Duncan. And with that, Duncan, Sir Handel, as well as Renes and Skarloey all left to go get preparations ready for the Christmas party that night. Throughout the day, Peter Sam worked harder than ever to get the narrow gauge station ready for the Christmas party that night. But one thing dawned on Peter Sam's mind more than ever, of how he can get Duke into the Christmas spirit like how he was a long time ago. "Oh, what to do? What to do?" Peter Sam said to himself. "What can I do to get Duke into to feel that Christmas spirit again?" Peter Sam said to himself, as Peter Sam made it on his way to Crowman's Gate Station to collect the carolers. As Peter Sam was on his way to Crowman's Gate Station, Henry was waiting impatiently for Peter Sam. Just then, Henry heard a familiar whistle. It was Peter Sam. "Peter Sam, what took you so long?" Henry said crossly to Peter Sam. "Oh, Henry, I'm sorry. I just can't think of a way to cheer up Duke in time for Christmas, and Christmas is almost here," Peter Sam said sadly to Henry. As Peter Sam continued telling Henry what was going on that night on the narrow gauge railway. "Plus, tonight is the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony in the hills," said Peter Sam to Henry. And Peter Sam added, "I'm just trying to find a way to cheer up Duke. He hasn't celebrated Christmas in years," said Peter Sam to Henry. Henry understood what Peter Sam meant. "Ah, yes, Peter Sam. It is that time of year again. The time to celebrate Christmas with family and friends," Henry said to Peter Sam, as Henry paused impressively. "You know, I have an idea for you, Peter Sam," said Henry to Peter Sam. "What's your idea, Henry?" Peter Sam told to Henry. As Henry told the little engine a story from a long time ago of how Thomas gave the best Christmas gift to one of his friends. "Well, Peter Sam, a long time ago, Thomas gave Miss Kindly the best Christmas gift of all time," as Henry told Peter Sam his idea of how he can get Duke into the Christmas spirit once more. Peter Sam loved the idea. "Oh, I see, Henry. That's a marvelous idea. Thank you," said Peter Sam to Henry. "No problem, Peter Sam. After all, that's what friends are for. And also, sorry if I was a little bit mad at you earlier. Something just was on my mind, that's all," Peter Sam said Henry to Peter Sam. Just then, the guard blew his whistle for Henry to go. "Well, Peter Sam, I must be off. Don't forget to tell Mr. Percival my idea," as Henry puffed on his way. "Oh, thanks, Henry," said Peter Sam. "No problem, and Merry Christmas," said Henry. "And Merry Christmas to you too," as Henry puffed off in the distance. After Henry had gone, Peter Sam loved Henry's idea on how to get Duke into the Christmas cheer once again. That's when the guard blew his whistle for Peter Sam to leave with the carolers to the mountains in time for the Christmas party that night. Peter Sam was filled with a ton of joy to get Duke back into the Christmas spirit once again. But before Sir Handel could tell Mr. Percival his idea, he had one more job to do. He had to take a tree up to the villagers in the mountains. He didn't want to be late. Mr. Percival was just finished leaving his office from a meeting with Sir Topham Hatt. Just then, Peter Sam came in very excited. He told Mr. Percival all about his idea that night for the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony up in the hills of Sodor. Ah, that's a marvelous idea, Peter Sam. After all, that's a great idea to get Duke into the Christmas cheer once more. You'll have to tell the other engines right away to not be late, said Mr. Percival to Peter Sam. Oh, I won't, sir, Peter Sam said, as Peter Sam chuffed on his way to go and tell the other engines. That is when, that night in the hills of Sodor, it was time of the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony. All the engines were very excited, except for Peter Sam. Oh, I hope this gift makes Duke feel the Christmas cheer once again, said Peter Sam. Skarloey, who was right behind Peter Sam, assured his best friend that there's nothing to worry about. Oh, don't feel those Christmas blues, Peter Sam, said Skarloey. I'm sure he's gonna love it, said Skarloey to Peter Sam. Wise words, Skarloey, said Rheneas to Skarloey. Don't feel those Christmas blues like I had mentioned before, said Sir Handel to Peter Sam. Duke will love it, said Sir Handel to Peter Sam. After hearing what Sir Handel had said, this made Peter Sam smile, only a little bit. Just then, Mr. Percival arrived in a coach alongside Duke. He had a very important announcement to make. As Mr. Percival first paused impressively, and he spoke. With all the hard work you've all done this year on this little railway, despite some confusion and delay, you all have worked hard for this very special present. But this gift came from one of our hard-working engines, Peter Sam. This gift is in dedication to you, Duke, said Mr. Percival. Duke was surprised. Oh my, what is this surprise? I hope this isn't anything with Smudger, Duke said. Skarloey smiled, as did Rheneas. No, Duke, it has nothing to do with Smudger, Skarloey said to Duke. And, added Rheneas, you'll enjoy this gift very much, said Rheneas to Duke. And, like magic, the Christmas tree was on. Merry Christmas, Duke, said all the narrow gauge engines together. Duke smiled from buffer to buffer. Oh my, this is for me? Duke said in a surprised voice. Yes, it is, Grandpuff, since we know you haven't celebrated Christmas in a very long time, this is our present to you," said Peter Sam to Duke. "Indeed," Skarloey added. "This gift is because we haven't seen you in years, and we wanted to get you into the Christmas cheer like the old days," said Sir Handel to Duke. As Duncan smiled to Duke, "Indeed, Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year, and no engine should feel sad on Christmas. Merry Christmas, Duke," Duncan said to Duke. As Duke smiled to all his friends, "Thank you all. You guys are the best friends I could ever have," said Duke to Skarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, Duncan, and Peter Sam. "Merry Christmas, Grandpuff," said Sir Handel and Peter Sam together. "Merry Christmas to you too, Duke," said Skarloey and Rheneas together. And all the engines sang Christmas carols, and most of all, Duke was happy to have Skarloey, Rheneas, Peter Sam, and Duncan, plus Sir Handel, be his friends. And most of all, he was happy for the gift Peter Sam had given him, for him to get back into the Christmas spirit once more.